This week on Know You're Wrong, we're talking the Netflix limited series Stranger Things and the plethora of trailers that we've gotten released in the last week. Stick around. Welcome to Know You're Wrong. This week we've got Colin Buckingham, Joey Skaggs, and myself, Mike Kolb, and we're ready to dive right into the glory that is Stranger Things.
Yes.
All right, first 4 episodes were fantastic.
All right, so we should go ahead and clarify that. We've only watched the first 5 episodes.
Okay, we're going to talk about the first 4.
Okay.
We're
Because
gonna
that's
talk
the
about
first half.
Yeah, the first half. And it's just phenomenal. It's so Goonies.
Yes.
And Stephen King. It's like if Stephen King wrote Goonies, this is what we would have gotten.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Goonies and pretty much any other 80s movie.
Like The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, like
The soundtrack is
yeah.
so good.
Yeah, it's very Tron, the soundtrack. I love it.
Yeah, the soundtrack's perfect.
All right, so like the first episode, we get introduced to the kids playing D&D. And I love the way they kind of slowly ease us into it.
Right.
And then you have the kid running through the woods on his way home. After admitting, you never admit to the GM that you rolled a 7 when he didn't see
I
it.
know, they would.
Like, come on. Come on. And in the end, his own honesty did him in.
Yeah, got him, not killed, taken?
Got him take to another dimension,
Yes.
which is, I don't even know how to begin to describe this show. Like, it is,
We'll figure out a way.
I know, it's
all right,
it's
it's
hard
like,
to explain.
it's like a murder mystery. It's like an X-Files meets,
We're doing more meets, like,
like, I don't know.
It's like the Goonies. Did we say that? Yeah. Just like the Goonies.
So much like the Goonies. like the kid, the curly-headed kid, the little pudgier one.
Yeah.
It's Chunk.
Chunk.
Straight up Chunk.
It looks straight up Chunk. What's his name?
yeah, but there's only 3 kids that we can. Okay,
Dustin.
hang on. So this guy looks like this one, so he must be this one.
Well, no, it's like his attitude and the way he
No,
talks.
I know,
and like,
but he's just the comic relief. I mean, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But he's also the only one. He's the best one in a crisis.
What do you mean?
All right, episode
If-
4. Radio explodes, catches on fire. He's the first one to like keep a cool head, grab
Oh.
a fire extinguisher, put it
Yeah,
out.
I didn't know how to use a fire extinguisher when I was that age.
But he was on
Like,
top of it. He pulled the pin out, aimed it, put out the fire.
Of all the stuff we can talk about, we're talking about the kid using
Well, I'm just
fire
saying, like,
extinguisher.
that stuck out to me. I was like, oh man, that kid's on top of it.
Yeah.
Like, I would never know.
He
I
was
would
a
be
boy.
like,
That kid was prepared.
Oh,
like he's
man.
ready.
I'll be like, holy
He's ready.
crap. And I feel like these kids cuss a lot more than I did back in the day,
yeah.
which is cool. They're cooler than me, I guess.
Oh.
Even though they're playing D&D, but they're still super cool.
How about we actually get into like some substance
Okay.
of the show?
All right,
There's
go ahead.
a lot of good
Go
stuff.
ahead,
going
Rhodey.
on.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, let's start off with the girl. I mean, the fact that she starts off not saying anything and then only says like one word.
Yeah,
But
like-
then when you do her flashback, she talks a lot more. So you're wondering if she doesn't talk so much because it's like a trauma thing or what?
Well, you gotta imagine she's been through a lot.
Well, right, but I mean-
she's been through some serious trauma.
Her character's full of mystery.
Well, that's-
even with the reveals
That's
of
part
stuff.
of the excitement, I
Well,
think.
right.
You're like, what power does she have? And then like she slowly reveals more and more powers.
Right.
And I love the way they reveal her new powers with the flashbacks and like
Mm-hmm.
you see, like, oh, she's gonna do this, and you're like, how does this girl know how to do this? And they go to a flashback of her like during their scientific study being forced to these situations where she has to, like when she's supposed to be listening in on the person
Right.
reciting, we're like, can you find him? And
She actually can like send it through PAs.
Yeah, and she sends it to the
That's
speaker
what she was. I think she was being used for like. They wanted to like listen in on like these
The commies.
Russian,
Yeah.
the commies, like these Russian troops and stuff, and like try to figure out like their orders or like what their plans were. So I guess this place, this whatever, this
Research
this research
laboratory,
lab, I guess
facility.
it's military type base or CIA
It's
or
guarded by
something.
MPs.
Yeah. So I mean, clearly that's what she's being used for, but obviously it did not go according to plan.
Well, one thing I really like about it is it feels like we're watching a show that was lost in the 80s. And it's just been found, and they're like, okay, let's put it on Netflix.
And they shot it in high def.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like everything about it doesn't.
And
Like
Winona
it makes me
Ryder's
feel
really
like it's
old.
But everything about it makes me feel like it's a genuine like era film
Yeah.
or show. You know what I mean? Like nothing
Yeah,
about
they
it
were really
takes me
good
out.
with the details.
Yeah, they
like,
did a
Yeah.
period piece right.
Yeah, you feel like
they
you're
nail
in
it.
that.
Even
yeah.
with
Yeah.
the music, it's
Yeah.
just like, and then the
And the
fact
graphics.
and the way they play the songs based on what's going on. is so perfect. Because even if the song doesn't necessarily, like, the sound doesn't go for what you would expect, the lyrics totally do.
Yeah.
And then you accept the song because it's just so perfectly like,
you're
placed.
you're like, oh, this is an odd choice. No, this is the most brilliant
Yeah.
choice. Like they couldn't done it better.
Like something that should be gloomy music, you've got a upbeat song, which almost makes it creepier.
A little synthesizer.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and then
like from the opening credits.
right, the credits is like the best part.
Yeah.
I love the show, but the credits are just so good.
That's great.
It's so good.
The font they use,
Yeah.
like I find myself tripping out over dumb stuff, like the font they use to
Oh, it feels like a
to
Stephen
pick out
King
the title.
novel,
Yeah.
yeah.
It looks like a Stephen King novel.
It kind of reminds, like I said before, it kind of reminds me of Pan's Labyrinth. Like,
Okay.
it just has that like Jim Henson almost look to it,
Yeah.
which is totally 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
really is.
perfect.
It feels very it.
Yeah, I can kind of get that.
It looks like the Goonies too. Did we mention that?
But I just think it's really neat how they showed when she did start listening in on that guy, how she was in like another, like totally different like world.
Yeah.
In the
it was
sense that
supposed to be,
only
like,
that
this
person
separate-
was saw, that
yeah,
she
it
saw.
was like a big blackness, like almost a nothing, but all she could see was like that guy that she was listening
Well, and
to.
then you hear the creepy noise come over the speakers, and you don't know because they're not showing you, but you know she's scared, and so it makes you wonder if she's the reason this monster, this Slender Man,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the reason. She's the reason it's gotten out,
It's a Demogorgon.
right?
You know?
Yeah, from
But
a little-
okay, so what about the way they kind of blend the realities? They kind of tear down the wall between them. Like when the mom,
Yeah, yeah.
Winona Ryder's character, it hears her son, and she goes, looks outside and realizes, oh, it's not out there, and then sees him trapped in the wall.
Right.
I was like Freddy Krueger. This is Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
80s. Yeah, it was super, like they did a really good job with that, and it made it really creepy because, especially with the first episode with the little monster and stuff, like chasing the kid, and then
That kid, okay, he runs to the shed.
He's the bravest kid ever.
Pulls out a .22 rifle, starts loading the magazine,
Yeah.
like he's ready to go, and then unfortunately,
Bravest kid ever.
Wow.
He runs
Really?
through the woods
Yeah.
to his house.
and no
looks
one's
around,
there,
no
yeah.
one's there, and so he's smart enough, instead of hiding in his
Exactly.
bedroom, he goes straight to the shed
Yeah.
and gets the gun. Like, that kid is on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
he ain't messing around.
I'm just
he
saying.
ain't messing around.
I love
But,
it.
yeah, so like it was creepy, like it freaked me out, and I've always been a big, fan of like horror movies and this type of genre stuff, but a lot of it gets lost, it's all a little cheesy, and I mean, there's obviously a couple cheesy
Yeah,
parts
there's
in
some
this.
definite cheese, but it's glorious.
But yeah, it's
the
really,
tastiest
it's
cheese
super,
I've ever had.
it's
I'm not gonna lie though,
super
I
true.
hate old horror movies, in the sense that I just never get like pulled in, and they never scare me, and they're just so cheesy. So I don't actually watch this movie like a horror movie.
So you're wrong.
No,
All right.
No. Anyway,
Like
but
Puppet Master. Oh my God! Like when the little the doll,
You're getting
little
off
mannequin
topic
doll,
here.
is like spitting leeches out of its mouth and draining somebody to death.
Yeah.
Like it's sure, yeah, it's kind of weird, but it's brilliant. The fact, like the movies they made in the '80s with the technology they had and made it look as creepy as it did.
I'm just saying, this movie, as
It's a
creepy
show.
as it can, whatever, as creepy as it is, I don't look at it as a horror movie because I actually am like totally in it. Like, I don't
You
get
could be
like,
in a horror movie too.
not for
Like, it'd
me.
be like-
Every 80s horror movie I ever watched, it was like, it took me out just because it was just
What
a
about
little
like
too
every
cheesy.
other, like any other horror movie? It's not the 80s, like
No, I just-
Saw
no.
or
You're just not a horror movie guy.
No, I'm not a horror movie guy.
I can respect
But
that. I
anyway,
like a lot
but
of
that's,
horror.
not, that's why I
wrong.
don't look at this
You're
as like a horror
wrong.
show. Like, I look at this as like a suspense thriller. You know what I mean? Even though it's got a monster and this kind of feel
It's
to
a very
it.
sci-fi kind
It's
of.
done. It's
horror
done
movie.
more in the context of you're not running away from a monster as much as you're trying to find how to save these people. You know, because
Right.
in most horror movies, the people are dead and you're not saving anyone. You're just trying to save yourself. Where this show is all about finding those people and figuring out what's actually going on. And I like that because it makes it more exciting for me.
The casting was phenomenal. Like the
Yeah.
sheriff.
Jim Hopper.
Jim Hopper played the
played
Anchorman
by David
in,
Harbour. Newsroom.
Newsroom. Like, and I didn't recognize him at first. It's like Joey had a I was like, who the hell is this
Yeah,
guy? I've
it
seen him.
bugged the crap out of
His
me, too.
voice was like I knew him.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Totally different.
Well,
like,
because he
it's
does
just-
kind of look like other actors.
Yeah.
So it's really,
And
with the
way,
beard,
like,
it's hard to peg him.
He starts off as like this. Of course, he wakes up on the couch and there's alcohol and pills and stuff all around him. And then you realize, oh, he's the police chief, and he he doesn't give a crap about his
Yeah.
job. He doesn't care about anything.
Well, in the first
So it's
episode
just-
too,
yeah.
it does explain how nothing's like ever happened.
Yeah.
So he has the cushiest
they
job
eventually
ever.
explain that. He's like, yeah, nothing's really happened in
Yeah.
the 4 years I've been here. And then so like if stuff is getting really like he is like he's
stepping up.
Oh, he's a bad.
Well, and that's the
mother.
thing I liked
Well,
about the lights.
they talked about him having been a city cop and like,
Yeah.
oh,
Right.
you know, people were missing and
Which
suicide.
explains why he came here to kind
Yeah.
of escape.
Feel like
but
you're
then
back
all
in
that
the
stuff's
city.
kind of coming to him.
And then he had a beautiful line where he says, well, in the city, I didn't know the victims.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're like,
This guy's my
"Oh."
friend.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, he obviously, to me at least, it feels like he left the city after his daughter died
Yeah.
or something.
Again, they're not really getting into it
Yeah,
yet.
they haven't
Yeah,
really
they-
Not for what
clarified
we've
happened.
yeah,
watched.
they haven't gotten into it yet, but that's what I'm assuming because there was a split. I'm sure the daughter died, and then there was a split between him and his wife, and then so he came out to the, you know, this place. I'm assuming he grew up here.
In episode
supposed to be
4, when
northern
he just
New York,
starts
right?
beating people up
Yeah.
to get to the bottom of
Yeah.
it, like cuts open the corpse and
Mm-hmm.
to reveal like the stuffing inside. Okay, where are they going with this though? Like that's the real.
I think it's all.
What's your
I think
theory?
My thing is, I think it's all. I mean, obviously it's all a cover up, but I think it's all that organization figuring out how to save themselves and make people think nothing supernatural is going on.
Right.
Like there's a killer out there. See, look, here's the body, and then the people who are really dealing with it are being perceived as crazy if they're not getting killed. You know what I mean? So I think it's a really interesting way of like doing the cliche government cover up, but in a much more
Well, I mean,
exciting
yeah.
way.
We can assume that that's what they're doing, is they're obviously covering it up, but I just don't know what they're actually doing or where that monster is like coming from.
Well, I think that's the thing. Is it's like
Is this something they created?
Well, this is what I'm saying
Or
about
is
the
it-
girl.
yeah,
is
or
that
is
I'm
it
saying
like-
I think she's the accidental cause of the gateway. So
Yeah.
this monster's come out of that darkness, and so now what's happened is they're trying to fix it while also trying to cover up that they did it. You know, they caused something like this to happen because they didn't just cause that. They were torturing that girl the whole time too.
And is she the scientist's daughter?
I don't think so.
I think she's the sheriff's daughter.
Oh.
Whoa!
I think she's the sheriff's
I never
daughter.
would have thought of that.
Just because he mentioned a daughter that he hasn't seen in a while, and it just I don't know. And then the girl shop pops up, and I'm like, well, I mean, it could make sense. It could connect. I mean, there's nothing else really.
That would
have
be
to go
neat.
up. But yeah, but I feel like because they haven't seen each other yet, I feel like once if Jim's like sees that girl, then he'll be like. He'll start freaking out, or he'll notice her, he'll recognize her or something. It may not be, but that's just what I feel like. I feel like it'd be cool. I feel like it'd be really cool.
I think it would be cool.
That would
I
be
could
a
see it.
fun theory to
What
play.
if though, like that dimensional rift has always like existed there and it's just been growing over time? That's why they picked that spot to do that research.
Like the underneath.
Yeah, the underneath. Maybe that was like maybe it was always the veil was always really.
I
thin
would
at that
agree
point.
with that, except for one point, and that's when they show the flashbacks. They don't ever wear any protective stuff, and now they always do.
Well, they only like wear it when they go to that one level.
Right, but that was the level the girl was on.
Do you know that for sure?
Yeah, because they showed it in the first episode.
Are you sure?
When she broke out.
Doesn't
or
mean
in the
she was-
flashback when she did
Doesn't mean she was on the same level. It seems like it's a very deep,
Yeah, I don't know
big
if she's on the
facility.
same level. She might have been. I didn't pick that up. I don't know.
I'm going to assume it was the same level, and that's
I
why
feel
it's
like
on
you're
that level.
assuming too
is
much.
because- on this, I'm assuming too much. He assumes. Never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't even matter. But it's just one of those I think that it's all connected, and that I think there wasn't that situation until she got pushed so far, and I mean I feel like it's all kind of her fault, but it's their fault for pushing her.
How
that
did she
far.
break out?
Did they not show that? I thought that was shown.
They showed like pieces of it, but
Yeah,
how
I
did she
thought
really
just,
break out?
No, because I remember she broke out of the room once and got
Her-
those two guards, but then the little scientist
Yes,
picked her up.
and took her somewhere else.
I don't know. I guess we haven't seen.
We
her
haven't really
break
seen
out.
her break out. Maybe she didn't really break out.
Well, we
Maybe
know
she
she,
went
got
through
out of
that-
that tunnel.
Yeah, she
'cause
might
they
have went
keep
through that
hinting
tunnel
at
because
that.
they were because I saw they picked up that
Yeah.
they found that cloth there. That
Well, see, and that's the
nightgown.
thing too is when the cops go and look at the surveillance footage, the reason it's missing isn't because of the boy; it's because of the
girl breaking out.
And so they assume it's because the boy snuck in, when really it was because the girl snuck out, and they don't want them to know about the girl.
Yeah.
Clearly, because of how the chef ended up at the restaurant. So
Yeah, that poor guy.
I know. I hated
Poor
it. He was
guy.
such a good
Yeah,
character.
he was a good character.
They made him look all tough and burly, and then he's
Yeah.
just this big old sweetheart.
But see, that's
sitting
another
there.
cool thing about
Sweet.
this show is he's such a minimal character, and he was really well fleshed out.
Yeah, portrayed, and they
Just
did a
for
great
those few
job. Like they gave him a
scenes.
lot of screen time, and they really make you like a character before they kill
Yeah,
him.
he was a really well
Which
developed
is
small
usually
character.
that's like usually the best route to go in a story. Make them fall in love with the person they're gonna kill. You know,
Game of Thrones has
Game
taught
of
us
Thrones.
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, follow the main character for a
Walking
season,
Dead.
then kill him off. Yeah.
Walking Dead
just-
does that too.
Kill these people. So yeah, I'm excited to finish this and go watch the last 4 episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
Last 3 episodes.
so ready to see the rest of it and see where it
I
goes.
kind of am upset. I mean, we haven't seen the ending yet, but I really was wishing this would be a bigger series. than just
What I'm
a-
hoping
a
is it
special
becomes like
series.
a True Detective type
yeah,
show.
like each season. That's what I was thinking earlier too. Like each season did a different stranger thing.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because it is Stranger Things,
Yeah.
you know, plural,
Yeah.
which could be all the strange things occurring in the one season. But like, really, I want more.
I just don't know. Will they keep like the same '80s, motif, or will they try to do, will they like jump? Will they do like a present day type deal?
I don't know. I really like the '80s motif.
I like the '80s,
I
but
feel it.
it also fits like with a story
Yeah.
too. But
I'd
I
like
don't
to see
know.
him do some '90s stuff.
That'd be cool if they hopped around generationally.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
maybe go back 1940s at some point.
Yeah, and then did
Like, 'cause they're really good at period
and
work.
did a slight futuristic thing because I mean, just because it's something we don't have any knowledge of yet, so
Yeah.
you can do
Right.
whatever you want.
Make up whatever they
Yeah,
want.
and you could, have whatever kind of fun you want with that because there's nothing limiting you on what's available. So if you wanted to have like anything, you can just make it up, and you can't say that didn't exist then because
Yeah.
it's in the future.
It's in the future.
So,
Okay, all right. Let's jump into Doctor Strange.
Comic-Con.
That new trailer.
Yeah, Comic-Con's been jumping out with a bunch of awesome
yeah.
trailers.
I've been able to keep up with all the Comic-Con
It's
stuff
amazing.
this
Have
weekend.
you all seen the new Doctor Strange trailer? Who? Doctor Strange.
Oh my gosh, don't talk to me right
Just
now.
go away. Go away.
It's a good thing you're not on camera, because I would kick you out.
The new Doctor Strange trailer really kind of it gave you more of the same, but it was so good.
Yeah,
It
they
was so
touched on
good.
a little bit of
yeah,
a lot of
they
it.
show you a little more of the villain.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's the bad guy, and he is also a wielder of the mystic arts. And
Yeah, he's got some stuff around his eyes.
yeah, like, he's got a face tattoo thing going on.
Hey, it's like every other Marvel villain. Anyway, but no, I like how they're manipulating all of reality, which there are Marvel characters that can do that.
Sorcerer
Scarlet
Supreme.
Witch.
The Sorcerer Supreme, though, is the Sorcerer Supreme.
Well, yeah,
He's
but
like
I'm
a
saying
universal.
like Scarlet Witch's character is supposed to be able to do this too on a
Well,
on a
she-
power
on a-
level, not a magic level.
Yeah, she's
and
well-
so that's what I hate is when they introduced her, they didn't touch into that at all, and yet now they are, and they're doing it like full force. Like they're not just being like little things can change whenever I want. They're like changing the whole world.
Well, I feel like
so-
Marvel has like fed us a little bit of the universe at a time. Like we got like Iron Man, and Iron Man was very just modern day, high tech.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's got high tech stuff.
Like a
and
fun
he's-
Batman.
Yeah, and he's fighting people with high tech stuff.
Right.
And then they give us, they go from Iron Man to Captain America, and Captain America is just a juiced up guy.
Well, they do a little bit of history with the first Captain
Yeah,
America. which I
but then
really
like they give us Thor. You know.
Yeah, in the I guess it's in space.
It's like interdimensional
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
a thing.
yeah,
So
okay.
like they slowly broaden their universe. They
Right.
slowly they
Then
spoon
you
feed
get Guardians
us,
of the Galaxy, which doesn't take place anywhere familiar at all.
and they kind of open up everyone to this larger Marvel universe where everything is fantastic,
Yeah.
everything is possible. They can do whatever they want.
Well, and everybody knows Doctor Strange is going to be involved later, which means
Has
I
to be.
don't like.
Well, no.
I didn't really follow Doctor Strange that much when I was younger, so I didn't really know. I don't know much going in.
well, no, because they're introducing him in this phase. He's going
He's
to
gonna
eventually
be,
be
like,
in an Avengers
in
movie.
Avengers 3.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so then whatever they introduce in this means is available to be used and done in the new Avengers movies.
Yeah.
So this rift in the Avengers could be fixed by Doctor Strange because it needs to be fixed. You know, what I mean, we don't know what they're going to bring
Yeah.
in. But that's what's cool about being like Doctor Strange being brought in now is now you can. It's kind of like when they redid Star Trek. You kind of do whatever you want now. It's like
Yeah, they did that with X-Men too.
yeah,
like, oh,
right.
the new Star Trek's so
New
good.
timeline. Yeah, why
Yeah,
didn't you
stop.
watch that?
Well, just go see Star Trek
It's not
already.
my fault. You guys didn't tell me you were going.
We did.
Yeah, we put it out there.
We did.
Put it out there.
Anyway, mean, no, there were more trailers than that came out that were really awesome.
I'm excited for DC movies for once.
I know, right?
Like,
Who would have thunk?
when did DC finally get their act together?
Yeah, we don't have to see
Did
anymore.
you guys watch the Dark Knight series?
It was Dark Knight was Christopher Nolan. I gave Christopher Nolan all the props for that.
Yeah.
And again, after the second one, it went way downhill.
The third one was still good.
Third one was good, but it wasn't the same level.
Yeah, it wasn't.
No.
Yeah, well, because they can't keep killing off an actor every time.
Well,
they
and you
want
can't
to,
have the
boost a
main
movie.
hero only come in the last 10 minutes of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of sunk it for me. But anyway, you got the new Justice League as well. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like, how on earth did they made the Flash look so good?
They did, and like we're excited for Aquaman.
Yeah.
Right?
First time in my entire life I've ever been excited for Aquaman.
Like
Uh-huh.
Aquaman, he talks to fish.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear you
I
talking
love
about
that
Cool
they
story,
make
bro.
that joke.
Cool story, bro.
I love that he makes that joke though in the
Yes.
trailer. He ends it with, "So I hear you talk to fish."
And
And I
it's-
love it. It's
and
like,
it's called Drogo. Like he's just a beast.
Yeah.
Like with that long hair.
I'm
They,
not gonna
they
lie.
had to cast the baddest looking Aquaman
Yeah.
they could.
well,
you
here's
know?
what's
Like,
funny though is he's not like any comic book Aquaman ever.
He doesn't
Yeah.
look like a member of the Aryan Nation.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
he's
But that's what's
blonde
funny
hair.
is because he's got like Polynesian.
Yeah.
It makes way more sense.
Way more
Like
sense, yeah.
Polynesian Aquaman is exactly what he's needed to be forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that they've made this change, and it actually seems awesome.
Yeah.
And
he
then
looks terrifying.
he looks amazing.
Absolutely.
Aquaman, I wouldn't mess with Aquaman.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you got
keep your sperm wells over there, bro.
I like
Little bass fish.
I like that they got the Flash moments in there, especially showing him move.
Yeah.
Like, because then they do the slow-mo movement, but then later they show him in the uniform where he moves from one place to another. And just the fact that it's not some blur movement,
Yeah.
it's like lightning fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, because it makes more sense. I don't have to watch some stupid effect. And it's like, it shows his speed in true time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
Now
like,
this isn't the same. Is it the same dudes playing Flash on the CW?
No.
No.
They stepped up their actor game.
Well, and
we
that's
got a little
what's-
more money for that budget.
Yeah.
That's what's funny is how they're making him look a little more high-tech, too.
Yeah.
Like, he looks so cool.
Well, he's part of the Speed Force. Like, I think at this point in the story, Flash's story, he's like a member
Well, is
of the
he
Speed
Barry
Force.
Allen? Is he
Yeah,
Barry
it's
Allen?
Barry Allen.
Okay.
So are they picking up from like
I
the
don't think so
series?
though. No,
No.
if he is Barry Allen and the way they did this trailer, there's no way he's part of the Speed Force. Because the whole point is when he asks him to join the league, he's like, "Hold on, stop you there. I'm in." Because he needs friends. If he was a part of the Speed Force, he wouldn't need friends. So there's no way that's been tapped into yet. And if it has, it's stupid that they would do this already. And I think the whole thing is that he's a lone hero and now he has friends. And who better to be friends with? I mean, this
Then
is
Batman.
Yeah.
the Ben Affleck
So-
Batman,
yeah, so
who
it's-
I'm still in love with.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
he's
So
rocking
Is
it.
Ben,
I
is Ben
do-
Affleck doing this?
Yeah, Ben Affleck is
Yeah.
Batman. Like,
But no, is he directing?
No,
like,
no, no,
is
no,
he-
no.
No, he
He's
directed
his
the next
Batman
Batman.
He's
movie.
directing the Batman movie.
yeah, he's directed the next Batman solo movie, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm excited for that
to see,
too.
like,
Well-
I feel like they should give him this movie too.
it'd be cool if
I-
it was like a Jason Mewes riddler.
I think it's a little late for that, but yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. That would probably have been a good idea.
It's just like like they should have let him do it. Like,
But
would've
I like
so
that.
on board.
At least the trailer, anyway, is fun. It's
Yeah.
not dark and gloomy and all about the big hits.
It looks kind of dark because it's a DC movie. They kind of
well, no, but I mean, for a
look
DC movie,
undersaturated.
it's pretty light.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, it's funny. Like there's
yeah,
some funny stuff.
but that's what I'm saying. I think that's a good move for them because you got that many dark characters.
Yeah.
Give them some humor. Make it less like, oh, my life's so depressing. I'm a superhero. Like, who cares?
It's so hard having all these powers.
I know. Oh, and I have friends now that
burden.
can help me. No, I like that they're doing this. I think the way they're going is great. And
yeah,
then,
I saw the trailer. I'm super
perfect
pumped.
segue. The
And
fact that they
two-
showed Justice League and showed Wonder Woman. You got a little taste of her in that just enough
Yeah.
because they knew they were doing the Wonder Woman movie premiere trailer.
The trailer premiered. And
Awesome.
Looks good.
It's
That's
like
they cast a fantastic Wonder Woman.
yes.
Yeah.
Like
Gal Gadot or whatever.
I can't remember her name.
Gadot or something. I can't remember how to pronounce it.
I don't know, but she looks like
she's-
Wonder Woman.
She's
Like,
perfect.
Yeah.
And then you got them going back to World War II.
Gal Gadot.
Gadot, yeah. That's what I said. I don't know how to say her last name. But anyway,
Yeah.
Oh,
the
wait.
fact that it's like Captain America.
Kerry Russell played Wonder Woman.
You're getting off topic.
This is on. We're talking about Wonder Woman.
No, we're not talking about Kerry Russell as Wonder Woman.
Did
But
they
it's
do like
funny 'cause-
they did a Wonder Woman like one show? They did a pilot and
yeah, I
didn't get
thought
picked
that was
up
like
from
Megan
it.
Fox or something.
I
Anyway,
thought it was Kerry Russell. I think that's the
It
one.
doesn't
was.
matter.
It really
'cause
doesn't.
that's not what we're talking about.
Kind of matters.
So, but I like it. She's got a shield,
Yeah.
which is helping DC to relate to what people love about Captain America.
Yeah.
Because she's using a shield in a totally different way than you ever see Captain America use it.
Well, it's very Wonder Woman. Like Wonder Woman has a shield, a sword, a whip.
But I'm just saying, like, I love that she's not just like blocking stuff. Like you see her sliding around the floor on it and like doing really cool stuff that you didn't see with the classic shield from from Captain America.
Right.
And the fact that they are starting off with doing a backstory with her in World War II, I think is awesome because it worked really well with Captain America. And I hate to keep comparing it, but it's obviously really.
But
connected.
you love Captain America.
It is
cool.
It's a good movie. But that's the thing is like I think doing it in a slightly darker tone, like Captain America was very light. This is very DC.
Yeah.
And then it being a woman instead of Chris Evans, I think is a neat thing too because of the era.
Wait, being a woman instead of Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans was Captain America.
Yeah, but I don't think Chris Evans would play Wonder Woman.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm saying having a woman in as a lead in a World War II movie,
Yeah.
I think is really neat.
Who's that? The Star Trek dude.
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of first. Super excited about that because again, we just saw
Star Trek.
and
So good. Go
it was
see it.
amazing.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'm super pumped. I didn't realize it was World War II until I saw the trailer, but it looks amazing.
well, they did the hint in the last Batman vs Superman. You haven't seen it, so don't get on to me about Star Trek when you haven't seen a movie that was out a long time ago. Anyway, but they had that picture.
It wasn't as good as Star Trek.
No,
Star Trek's
but
better.
they had a picture of Wonder Woman in World War II with like a 4-group like unit.
Yeah.
And it was really cool because you could kind of see Chris Pine in it.
Yeah.
All right. We're running out of time. We still got to hit Suicide Squad's new
Yeah, we
trailer.
do,
yes.
And all right, what I love, like we have dark gritty DC stuff, and then Suicide Squad, dark gritty, but so colorful. Excuse me, like so colorful.
Yeah.
Like,
Can't even get it out. You're just so choked up about it.
there's so much color in it.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
it's
because-
very Harley Quinn. It
Yeah,
feels like a
because
Harley
it's
Quinn
the
movie.
clown, you know, we got
I'm not gonna
Harley
lie,
Quinn.
the thing I liked the most about this
Joker.
final trailer was the fact that it didn't feel just like it was focused on those two characters. I felt like I got a good look at everyone, especially like Cat Boomerang.
Yeah, they
Like,
gave us a
who
lot
the
of-
heck is he?
a lot of personality.
And then you finally kind
I
of
got
like
fired,
him. You're
too.
like, I want to see more of this guy.
Yeah.
Ooh, look.
But yeah, I thought it was so
Like,
funny
it's
because
so
he's like
good.
an average guy with a group of superheroes. And it's,
Yeah, how sad are we gonna be though if these movies are terrible?
yeah. Well, hey, at least they came out with some good trailers.
Like, I've been so pumped about Suicide Squad for so long. If it's terrible, I'm gonna
Like, how-
flip
You're
how-
gonna
shit.
never watch a DC movie.
Yeah,
ever
like
again.
how? Okay,
Flip.
so like they've hyped up Suicide Squad a lot.
They've been talking about it forever.
Yeah, like
Since last year at Comic-Con. I remember
Yeah.
seeing the first trailer last year. at
Justice
Comic-Con.
League got max hype.
Yeah.
All right, if these movies suck. If they do what they do with us as Superman, Batman.
Yeah.
Like, cause that was hyped, and then it turned out to be a meh of a
Yeah.
movie. Like you liked it, I was not a
The
fan.
Marvel,
liked it,
Marvel and
but I
Disney
didn't-
win forever.
Yeah, then
It
like
still told me that I was more of a Marvel fan. That's
yeah,
for sure.
but like if these movies suck, like just DC can kiss making movies goodbye.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna make money. Like they're barely making money on movies as it
Unless
is.
Ben Affleck keeps doing stuff, then I'll watch
Yeah,
him.
Ben
I was gonna
Affleck
say,
is.
I might, no matter what, I might keep watching Ben Affleck play Batman.
Yeah.
But if they ruin Suicide Squad, it's like you got no hope.
Help us, Ben Affleck. You're our only hope.
Yeah, right. Because it's like how. I mean, DC is a great company.
They have a great source
stories.
material.
Yeah, but the problem is they just I don't know,
I don't know who they're
why
writing
they're having
to,
trouble
or
translating.
hiring to write some of this
Yeah.
crap they're putting out. Martha, really?
Yeah.
Really?
The
That's
one
what suddenly
saving
changes
moment.
everything.
It's a
Come
house
on.
moment when that
Oh.
random word comes up that sparks all the salvation.
Oh, now we're best friends.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Sounds really dumb, so I don't want to go see it.
It'll be on Netflix for too long.
Yeah.
They're done making money on it.
Just download it illegally.
Oh man, yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have high hopes. I think DC's finally taken the advice of their fans, and they're trying to make something that fans are asking for, not what for some reason these studios think is what needs to be put out there. And it's like I think they've just been too safe lately.
Yeah.
And these movies are really showing that they're kind of pushing the envelope a little.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we're out of time. Thanks for joining us. No, you're wrong. Check us out next week when we talk about whatever Rhodey tells us we're going to talk about. Have a good night. Woo. Done.